Oh, we forgot mic check.
Oh,
I'm
really?
sure it works.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm one Jin.
Sorry for the 30-minute delay. I was late. It's all my fault. But thank you for being with us. Big shout out to Kayla Marie, Jasmine, Music,
I cook
Void,
for my wife, Uchan Hong,
Void, a
Soulless
parrot,
Trenchcoat.
and ZZ and Scott
Music.
Walker, and Zach Miller Does Movies, and all our 53 subscribers. Thank you so much. Today we're going to start out with Nosferatu, the 2024 version, and full spoilers for the movie, and full spoilers for every vampire movies ever made. We might do a follow-up, let's talk on vampire movies, guys.
Yeah.
Might as well. You have been warned. Please come back later after you watch Nosferatu. Here we go. And I gotta say, I'm a big fan of Roger.
Robert Egger?
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Egger. That's the director, by the way.
Yeah, I loved all his films. His best work for me is The Lighthouse, which starred Batman and Willem Dafoe. And there was The Witch, which starred
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, and there was Northman.
And Northman. You know, Joe told me to watch that movie like I don't know how many times, but I still haven't seen it.
So he's really great at this atmosphere, creating this world. What's up, ZZ?
What's up?
And this movie delivers on that like 100%.
You know, so I say this without watching any other
of his films, okay.
Robert Egger's films, but what I like to point out about Nosferatu throughout watching the movie, I really felt like I was in the middle of that Gothic vibe. I love how like the whole visual presentation of the world was very believable, and I think it was done really, really well. And when I searched the information about the movie, I was kind of surprised at how low the budget was. I think it was
million.
like $50 million. I'm like, okay, that was so.
I still think it's the highest. Like maybe Northman is higher, similar, but hello, Rania. You haven't heard of the Northman? Northman also stars Nicole Kidman. And Alex Skarsgård, Bill Skarsgård, older brother. It also stars what's his name? Training Day.
Denzel Washington?
No, opposite Denzel.
Ethan Hawke?
Yeah, Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a great movie. I liked it personally. But this one is you know, because Wonjin, have you read Bram Stoker's Dracula?
No, I haven't read the novel.
Okay, I've read it. So basically, Nosferatu and the 90s Coppola's Dracula, they're like 95% similar to the original source. So if you read Dracula, you won't find
Scott
it.
Walker, what's up?
What's up, Walker? It's all good, man. I also read them. Good for you, ZZ. Because the novel is in letter form, epistology, so it's like that. But the basic gist of the story is all the same. Like, all the major plot points are the same, except possibly the ending. So here, Wonjin just showed me the 1922 Nosferatu ending. So this is a homage to that, like you mentioned.
By the way, that movie, the 1922 Nosferatu, I think it's available on YouTube for free because it's so old.
Okay. But here, all the names. Willem Dafoe is Van Helsing.
Oh, that's right.
I don't give a fuck what you call him. Franz, is it? Was it here? No, you're Van Helsing. Like
and we had Renfield.
Yeah, Renfield. Yeah, he's Renfield. Like it's all from the novel. So yeah, the ending was different, but I don't remember the ending. No, because in the novel, ZZ, it's more of a happy ending, and there are two major differences. This is a spoiler, so I can say it. Because in the novel, like. And I think even Coppola's movie, like, Ad actually becomes a vampire. Not the plague element isn't that big. So she actually gets beheaded and stuff, and the stake and everything. And another big point is, of course, whether the main woman character dies. I don't think in the novel she died, but here...
Yeah, I was thinking it was kind of strange because what we usually have in most plots of these like vampire films, it's usually the bite is like contagious. You become infected and you yourself become a vampire. But I didn't really see any of that in this Nosferatu movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here, another big thing is, you know what? Whoever had the idea to give Nosferatu a fucking Hitler mustache should get a raise. You know, because like if you think about it, vampires are so played out that you have to be really original. But I like how that choice like sold him as like a East European lord, and plus that mustache is just so menacing. It kind of reminded me of No Country for Old Men Sugar's hairstyle.
Oh, that's right.
Like that's like a really important point.
Yeah, it's like a minor detail, but it's very repulsive.
It is. It really is. And you know what shocked me though? Like,
What?
you know how in some vampire movies, like the blood sucking part is really sexual.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even in the novel, it's kind of sexual. But here it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But we also see just a few points of like all the blood sucking, because when what's his name? Mr. Hutter, when he was staying in the castle, it looks like he's having like this nightmare, and then he's drugged or something. You can see that he's not in his right mind, and he wakes up and then he finds the wound. So we don't really see him getting his blood sucked. So it was just hinted at. But later on, we get to see what's his name, Count Orlok. Count Orlok sucking on people's blood, and yeah, it's just disturbing.
Like the most disturbing part for me was when he was sucking on Thomas, and they'd show his like belly protruding out. Like he's almost like a creature.
Yeah.
Oh, Walker, let's talk about that in our Let's Talk After This, man. We're doing a review of Nosferatu 2024. No, Zezzy, I know Vlad the Impaler, Vlad Tepes, because he's the Wallachia, is it? He's known for defending against the Ottoman Empire. He's a real character
Against the
real person.
The conqueror, Mehmet
Yes.
II, the guy who conquered Constantinople.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes. Well, he wasn't an emperor, Zezzy. He was I think a king or lord. Yeah, he was known to do that, impale them like vertically. You know, because
that guy had issues, man. You know, I read about him, and it's kind of disturbing how like obsessed he was with impaling people.
No, but it's a very standard terror topic, because you got to remember, like, where Vlad the Impaler was, that territory has always been at war. It's like because the problem with the Ottoman Empire was that northern region is not stable. The Ottomans shared the same problem as the Byzantine Empire, where, it was just surrounded by enemies. And Wallachia had to switch. So the Vlad Impaler situation is very bad, because they're basically the front line of Christianity. But the Pope always says, I'm going to send you my prayers. But
that's it.
Yeah.
The prayers.
Vlad is like, send me some armies. So like, and then like even the Hungarians or like people behind them aren't really their allies. They would try to come and dominate them.
Anyways, I read about that Vlad's Chepesh, and it said that the Ottomans were like at first shocked by with the discovery of this like forest of people impaled, like thousands of them.
Yeah,
man.
But you got to also remember, Ottoman Empire used to kidnap white boys and like made them into janissaries or sex slaves. So you gotta put yourself in Wallachia. Like you're going against a foe that is way more powerful than you. So it kind of becomes this guerrilla tactic. But that history is also interesting. But back to the movie.
Yeah.
No, but the mustache was brilliant. But I gotta say though, the first hour and 10 minutes, because of the atmosphere, like there was this unending, like mesmerizing effect.
Yeah.
But you know what? After 1 hour 10 minutes, I kind of like drawn out of it. Like I feel like when they... Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's like a different act because I saw the 1922 movie.
Okay.
It's divided into different acts, like Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3, and so on. So I agree. In the first hour, it felt like I myself was also in this nightmare. It's like I was in the middle of a nightmare.
Yeah.
And it's very eerie, and it's like... it makes you uneasy. But then later on, you got used to it. And I kind of found, I grew fond of like the way Orlok speaks. Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Yeah. Like him being scary effect slowly died down for me. After his like whole body reveal, like he wasn't scary to me anymore. He was just disgusting. And I was hoping Rainfield would do more shit too. Like instead of dying like an idiot, like lying down. But overall, I was never bored. The acting was great all around. Too.
Yeah, great cast.
Yeah,
I mean, I love all the actors here. Willem Dafoe especially.
Yeah. I love the 18th century English, or at least they try to look authentic. Sirach, let's go. I come hither, and all these like Shakespearean dialogue.
Yeah, it felt like it was theater. The way some dialogues are spoken. And. What's her name? Lily Rose Depp, the daughter of Johnny Depp. I thought she did a tremendous job. This is like my first time seeing her perform, I think. And you know, like towards the end of the movie when she was talking to Thomas, and then she starts like shaking and shit. I was like, oh man, that's some great acting.
Yeah, that was really great.
That was like scary.
But the most disturbing thing for me was like the ending, like how, you know how. It kind of, I mean, there was always hints of sexuality here, like as all vampire films do. But when I saw her naked, and Orlok was sucking on her blood, that was the most disgusting and sexual thing I had. Like that was a shocking ending. Like, and I was hoping she would make it, but it was really depressing and dark. And you know what? Even this is definitely kind of like The Northman and The Witch. Like William Dafoe laughing at the end. Yes. You can't stop this. Like, because there's always this madman effect. He's not really is he a good guy or is he a bad guy? There are all these like shady and gray characters. Except maybe Thomas. Yeah. Because Thomas is clearly a good person. At least that's what I thought. And... You chose to fall in love with a woman who made... And the dialogue between Thomas and, what's her name, Ellen? That was also kind of funny in towards the end, you know, when she said, like, I have a secret to reveal. He's like, anything's going to be okay. I'm not going to be shocked by anything. She's like, basically, she said, like, I used to date this guy. Yeah, so casually.
We used to bang. Yeah. You know that I was lonely. Well, what do you expect?
You know, but that reminded me a lot of Stephen King's Carrie, you know, because like the teenage girl angst of having her period is represented through that. Yeah. So here, like a teenage girl's loneliness is, you know, manifested in a figure called Nosferatu. So there's a lot of symbolism like that.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
And, you know, because it also has a lot to do with our perception of women having sin, because we get a lot of you know, today no words like she's in hysteria.
That's never gonna fly today.
Yeah, next thing you know, let's lobotize her with the fucking nail. That's all like very historical stuff.
Oh, Void apparent, what's up?
What's up, Void? Yo, Walker, let's talk about that in about 20 to 30 minutes, man. Okay, we can talk about all those things. Yeah. No, and you know, I also... Hey, another thing I want to give credit for. When Nosferatu died, I think me and Wanjin, we've seen too many Blade movies. We just assume that they burn or something, right?
I was expecting that too.
Except we get a disgusting, like, literally, like blood coming out.
Yeah, blood coming out of his eyes. Yeah. Just basically kind of dry it up.
Yeah, he becomes a wrinkled zombie. Like, that was also a great touch.
Yeah, and... I don't know. It was kind of funny towards the end because I was thinking to myself, you know, if you change the perspective, this is like a romance movie. because they used to love each other.
Oh yeah.
Ellen and Orlok.
Wait, didn't Orlok say though, I don't feel love like I'm obsessed with you or something like that? But I think one of the problem with the third act, I'm talking about the last 40 minutes, is I was expecting Anne to come back as a vampire.
I was also thinking that when what's his name, Mr. Harding, he opened the coffin. I thought, you know, since he was like playing with her, not playing, but fiddling with her corpse, maybe she would like open her eyes all of a sudden and become like a vampire. But that never happened.
Yeah, because there are versions of the Dracula novel and film where Anne comes back as a vampire, and Van Helsing demonstrates how to kill vampire through her first. Oh. And then they go for the big guy, Nosferatu. What's up? There weren't werewolves in Nosferatu, but there were a lot of wolves and rats and plague and pussy. Yeah, there are all these animals associated with the devil. Yeah, why are you guys so late? I'm sorry, I was late. I had a dinner meeting, but it wasn't ending fast. I'm so sorry about that.
Man, and towards the end, when Orlok died, I was like, man, this brother got totally pussy whipped.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
He couldn't shake it off.
Hey, but I also gotta praise Nicholas Hoult, because I don't think there's anything he cannot play.
Yeah, remember, he also played Renfield with Nicolas Cage, remember?
And remember he was...
I thought that was really funny.
Yeah. And he was Beast, man. Like in
X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Beast.
Oh, and Bill Skarsgård, I gotta give credit to... I think he's just gonna become this specialized... Because remember, he was in the Thing?
He was Pennywise.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah. I think he's really using his unique look really well.
Yeah. And, man, his eyes can act. Remember when Thomas cut his finger at the dinner table and the camera focuses on his eyes? Yeah. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Because that was like very like the 1920s like style of shooting, because remember, they didn't have words.
Yeah.
They had to like show the words on screen and stuff, so they had to exaggerate everything.
Yeah.
So that was like a very like a throwback to the old movies. And you can see even in it, when he plays Pennywise, he's really good at playing those crazy eyes. It's so it gives you this feeling of like menace all the time.
Look, but because I like how different actors and directors interpret that scene, because the 1992 Dracula also has the exact same scene where Keanu Reeves, I think
he's shaving.
Yeah.
But I remember that. But we talked about this last week. He asked me if I watched Bram Stoker's Dracula 1992, the one with Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
I told him I watched it in the 90s when I was a kid. I was really scared by the movie, and I remember that scene because it was creepy.
It's iconic.
I think
scene.
he licked it off the razor.
It, yes.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yes. And his makeup is more old man, kind of more, and because Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Coppola, also he's more regal looking. Remember, we see him in armor, but here Nosferatu's backstory is different.
Yeah,
it's kind of hinted that he made a deal with the devil. It's we don't think he was a warrior or anything like that. Because in Bram Stoker's Dracula, he was a warrior.
Yeah, and they show that impaling in the beginning.
Yeah.
And he's in the shining armor, and he's still young.
In dragon armor. And we know the writer is awesome. They're one and the same, but I would love a fight between him and himself. Dracula and Nosferatu, man. Whoever snitches the other to Van Helsing first. Yeah, because Van Helsing loves killing vampires. The makeup in the first one looks Hungarian. I'm telling you, he looks literally like my Hungarian relative. Really? How can you tell what's the difference, Zetzi? That's actually fascinating. Because honestly, I can't tell East European apart. Like, it's hard for me.
Yeah, I think it's the same for other people, because a lot of people have trouble distinguishing between like the Koreans and the Japanese and the Chinese. But when we're like amongst ourselves, we can instantly tell.
Right. Long teeth, long nose, skinny and tall. Okay. Okay. So overall, I don't know though. What do you think about the length though, Anjan? Was 2 hours long or short?
I think it was
just the right amount.
It was just the right amount. I thought it was maybe just a little too long.
Okay.
I think it could have been like 10 minutes shorter if it maybe gets rid of like some unnecessary scenes.
Yeah, the ending was kind of the third act is, I think, for me problematic. Like, because it didn't have the end beheading, but it just suddenly went to that plan of because by having Anne like Van Helsing kill her, it makes him look awesome. And there's this action scene.
Yeah.
And in the original Bram Stoker, like Dracula has like she vampires around him too. Like they seduce Thomas, and they continue to appear as like his, because he has a lot of minions, not just the familiar.
Here, you know, that's one thing I thought was strange, because we see like Orlok traveling to, what's it called, Visborg?
Yeah.
That town, and then he's on the ship. And I was asking myself, so how did he put himself in the coffin and get himself on the ship?
Yeah.
So because we don't see any help in the castle.
Right.
But when I watched the 1922 movie, they show us how it happens. He himself moves the coffin, and then he gets inside the coffin, and the lid magically closes automatically.
Right.
It's like magic. Yeah, and I was also kind of thinking that certain scenes kind of felt like they were like edited. They were cut abruptly. So yeah, that kind of felt strange.
Yeah, but for me the best scene was when Thomas has the Romanian guys, like there's a naked lady on a horse.
Oh yeah, when he was in the forest.
Yeah, those gypsy people. Is gypsy okay to say these days?
I think so. And
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They're gypsies. So they show that, and I like how, especially the first hour, there are just so many disturbing imagery like that. Like that makes us very uneasy.
Yeah, because we're already kind of feeling eerie from the atmosphere and everything.
Right.
And then they show us like all these disturbing things.
Hey, I was hoping those dogs would do more too, though. Like those dogs.
Yeah. So what was up with them? They didn't chase him at first.
Yeah.
But why then?
Yeah.
And I thought that lady on the horse and the grave thing, all those sequences, I thought they were really weird, because we're not sure if he was actually there or if he was dreaming, and it's kind of hinted like from his shoes maybe he was actually out there. So what was happening?
No, but I think that's intentional choice, because we don't know what's real and what's illusion.
So my conclusion was that as he approached the castle, he was under the influence of the Count, and maybe he was seeing these like hallucinations and stuff.
Or it was like the spirit of the castle trying to help Thomas, because why would Orlok try to tell Thomas how to kill him? Because like stake through the heart is the standard way, and it's a huge misdirection too, because like Orlok doesn't die from stake heart.
Yeah,
he gets burned.
Oh, and you know something funny from the 1922 Nosferatu in the beginning was he goes to the same village and then he stays overnight in that inn, and then he finds this book about like vampires and stuff. And then he reads through like the pages, and it tells you like who Nosferatu is and what he does. He sucks on people's blood, and you have to beware of his shadows and blah blah blah. Thomas laughs and he throws that book on the ground.
Oh, really? That's funny.
It's pretty funny.
That's very 1922, and it probably has to do with it being a silent film. Because I mean, it's you can't use dialogue to put subtlety in it. Because, Jin, do you remember he has a special power and he can use his shadow to move things?
Oh, yes. He opened the door with the shadow.
Oh, yeah, Bleepso Void. Okay. Romanian superstition and mysteries.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because one of the standard one is you have to invite him. You know? Like, that's the devil. So, and then... But his weaknesses are all there, too. Like, he can't leave his soil. Yeah. So, overall, this is, you know, it's weird. It's a retelling of a very classic tale. Yeah. It's not really a new vampire.
That's the feeling I got overall. It didn't feel like any like the next generation horror movie or anything. It just felt like a really well put, well made classic Gothic horror.
Yeah, I felt like it was the director's love letter to the Dracula story.
It was like he took that story and he's like, I'm gonna fucking polish this, and then he just polishes in his own style. Yeah. And then he presents it to us this.
I felt like my interpretation is the director really loves the Dracula story and the 1922 Nosferatu movie. It is a very complex, and you cannot understand the deaths if you don't read the book. Because in the book you get way more detail. I gotta be honest, the book sometimes bored me because there's a lot of like it's written in a way where letters are moved back and forth.
Oh, really?
So Thomas actually writes to his wife, "Oh, my wife."
Yeah, that was also in the 1922 movie. They show us what he wrote to his wife.
Yeah, because he tells her like, so something is weird about this castle and stuff. La 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 la. So it's interesting.
And when I watched the 1922 version, I was kind of surprised at how strikingly similar certain scenes and certain characters are. Even like the way people are dressed, it's almost the same. It's almost identical. So it really is like an homage.
Yeah, definitely. But you know what? Overall, I had fun. You know, because I mean, this film has so much competition. Remember, we are living in a post-underworld franchise where we've seen
vampires with pistols and jumping off helicopters and shit.
Yeah, teenage angst vampires. What's that series with Stewart?
What, Sabrina?
Twilight.
Oh, Twilight. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have so many vampires. But this is a great addition. I feel like I'm going to watch this again from start to finish.
Another thing I liked about this movie is the addition of those rats. They made the movie even more repulsive with those like rats coming over to the town with all the disease and the pest. That was disturbing, especially when Anne was being bitten by them. That was a disturbing scene.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, where's that cat? Where's the fucking cat? Where are those cats?
Yeah.
Get kill those mice.
Yeah. It's a feast waiting for them.
That's like a buffet right there.
And there's the moment when he arrives at Gypsy Village in the movie. He goes in, and at the end of the village, the Gypsy leader starts laughing with no apparent reason, and the whole village also laughs.
That was not explained
Joe,
very well.
Why do you think they were laughing at? Because they are the trope of, you know how in Macbeth, for example, the witches laugh at Macbeth. It's sort of this. It's a twisted joke. You know, it's a joke they understand because they know that this idiot is about to go in there and fuck himself up. But in this world, like, you're not kind people. You know, I think in real life too, only in Cinderella does poor men are like nice to you. If you go to a foreign village, that's how people are, distrustful. And I because we get a lot of that. So it's intentionally there to make us feel uncomfortable because they are in the know. They know something is up.
I watched the 1922 movie, and in that scene, they don't have the scene where the village people laugh at Thomas, but instead he's the one laughing. He's the one smiling, like happy about going to this castle and make that big money. And when he says that he needs to hurry up and he needs to go to the Orlok castle, that's when the village people in the inn, you know, they were drinking and stuff. That's when they like get surprised and turn around and they tell him, it's like, don't go there.
Yeah. No, but this is a director's trademark. Because if you watch all his movie, there are always mocking laughter, madman laughter, or laughing at inappropriate situations. Like always. Like it's a director's speciality. Because even in The Witches, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but the main character laughs. He's really good at, you know how sometimes we cry when we're happy, right? But this director, he's really great at putting in emotional things that are out of place to make us feel like very disturbed.
It's kind of, in a way, similar to Quentin Tarantino. Because he makes these humorous moments when it's completely inappropriate.
Yeah, but here, Eggart uses it to make us feel horror or uncomfortable. Because in The Witches, the ending, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's this laughter, and when we're watching, it's actually not funny. It's not funny at all. It's one of those like Joker laughter. You know how he keeps laughing? Yeah, when he's like doing like horrifying stuff. It's that kind of stuff. Zenzi, I was thinking they started laughing because he asked about how to get... Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, man. And I felt that this director was really good at creating this tension, like building up this tension using the atmosphere and everything. Because remember the part when Anna puts her kids to sleep and then she walks out and then she stands out in the doorway hearing like these like squeaking sounds from the stairs and everything. And we just kind of anticipate Orlok to show up and do some crazy shit. but he doesn't show up.
Yeah.
And it's actually it was what's her name? Ellen.
Yeah.
Which was still disturbing.
So Eggert knows that we know that what's gonna because in the original vampire story, Orlok does visit her.
Oh.
So and then the rats don't kill her too. That's all like him. He's adding this twist because the Northman is basically kind of spoiler. It's kind of Hamlet. It's Hamlet done in Iceland.
Oh.
So, but he always adds enough twist. But his most original work is The Witch and
The Lighthouse?
Yeah, The Lighthouse. I highly recommend that, guys, if you
watch
like
that
this
now.
film. But anyway, shall we give a number grade now, or am I missing something?
Did we cover everything? Anything else you want to mention?
I'm gonna praise the mustache again. The Hitler mustache really sold me on Orlok.
And I really like all these like disturbing scenes. What's that moment when Knock, that real estate guy, he eats the head off
of
like
a pigeon?
Yeah, that was like really disturbing. And I liked all the actors. Willem Dafoe, he killed it. And what's that doctor's name? I forgot.
Yeah, he's in a lot of things.
Yeah,
he's also in Witches. He I think he collaborates with the same actors again and again.
Yeah.
I need you to tell you something, guys. Romania is not gray and black and white. Romania is extremely colorful, just like any other place in the world. We even have a happy cemetery. I'm sure it is like that. This is fiction. I need to know your favorite characters, favorite scene, and least favorite.
I think my favorite character was Willem Dafoe. I really like Willem Dafoe. And my favorite scene, I would say, is like the beginning when Thomas was heading up to the castle. All those moments were like really, really, really well shot.
And the door opens and
Orlok
the
door opens there. And even when he meets the carriage in the middle of the forest, that scene was like some Lord of the Rings shit. I thought like there was like a Nazgul coming or something. And it felt very mystique. So that was really well shot. I think my least favorite scene is when I had to see that fake penis of that Orlok.
Oh, I thought that was awesome. I thought that was done to shock us.
Yeah, I was like, is that really necessary? So why do I have to see his unit?
Yeah. My favorite is I'm not gonna name one character. I gotta give credit to the set design and atmosphere.
Oh yes.
Yes. Like Orlok's castle really came to life. It's like I think I want to add on to what you said. It's basically an extension of Orlok. Everywhere he goes, he corrupts the environment. That's why when Anne was looking around, I thought the shot was done like that. He's not just a person; he's a presence. He everywhere he is, you feel like the environment is about to come down.
Yeah. And I think we also see like a visual representation of that. We see his hand like covering
that was
all
great.
like the town and everything. We hear people screaming.
Yeah,
I thought that was really well done too.
So he's a presence. He's a malevolent presence, and I really like that. So that's my favorite character. My least favorite is actually the familiar. I thought he would do more. Rainfield kind of disappointed me because the best part.
I think his name was Knock.
Yeah. Knock's best part was he was pretending to be a regular guy, and then we see him butt naked chewing on pigeons. The floor. Yeah, and then it just got like redundant after that. I was hoping he would do more like machinations and stuff. Kick, was the set design Dune-Tier? Oh, that's a hard question, Lloyd.
It's not comparable to Dune because Dune that's like an epic.
So I would say this. I would describe I would describe this place as a dark fairy tale environment. Very dark. But Dune is just like
that's like another universe.
Yeah, Empire level. So, but given the budget and everything, I would say it's great. Yo, Walker, we can talk about all this thing, but the title will be like the best vampire film so far. But we can talk about all those things.
Oh, and compared to the 1922 version, what I also like more about the new one is the depiction of the castle during the day, because it feels so deserted and desolate compared to like the night, because we don't really see much. But when you see the 1922 movie, even during the day, the castle is kind of like spick and span. It has like nice floors and it still has like the table. It's got food on it, so it's pretty nice. But in the 2024 version, it feels like it's abandoned. Yeah.
And the shots are amazing too. Remember when Thomas first approaches the castle? We see the castle up on the top right, and there's a line here where we can tell he's heading to a very desolate place, and dogs start chasing him.
Yeah.
So there are just these scenes that are picturesque. Kind of like, now that Void mentioned Dune, remember, Wonjin, your favorite scene was when Leto was drugged, he was naked, and you told me it reminded you
like
of
a Greek painting. Yeah.
So there are those scenes, Void, where the scenery. So, but like my favorite scene was now back to my favorite scene was when Orlok sucks on her blood. Like, she's naked. Like, I wasn't expecting that crescendo to be sexual and disgusting. It was building up to that, and it was really, really, like, stomach churning. I gotta say, hey, Wonjin, were you scared in this movie? I was not scared once.
I was worried before watching the movie that I'd be scared. Because, you know, I don't like horror movies. And I was, like, watching this at night. So I was like, oh, my God, what do I do? What if I pee my pants or something? But yeah, towards like the middle of the movie, I was like, okay, it's kind of funny in a way.
Yeah, every time Orlok appears, one's just like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
And I couldn't resist like imitating the way he speaks. Like, I need to go to the bathroom.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, my classic favorite scene is when he tries to get out of the castle, but in the first and second Dracula, he fails a few times and ends up going back and forth and always walking while in bed in the castle. Yeah. I still need to find out where they filmed it. Not for kids. Yeah, this wasn't scary. And they're breathing.
It's like Darth Vader breathing.
Yeah, it was scary until after 1 hour 10 mark. And every time he spoke, I was hoping. Remember when Orlok and Ellen was like face to face. I honestly thought Ellen was gonna slap him. Get your fucking breath off me! What the fuck? I don't love you, bitch.
Go brush your teeth.
Yeah, disgusting. How do you even clean that mustache? And it's ironic that it's like Wonjin. His design also reminded me of Beowulf. Have you watched the Beowulf animation movie?
The 3D one.
Yeah.
I hope they make a remake of that one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was surprisingly awesome.
It was. It was hardcore thriller with some jump moments, but not scary.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's the way we should put it.
Yeah, hey, a horror film that makes pee your pants would be worth it. It's not that pee your pants bad. It's not. It's not that much, Void.
Yeah, this is more like a thriller.
So one line I'll say, this is disgusting and fascinating, and offers like sumptuous like visual pleasure. That's how I would describe it.
Very good way. I would agree.
Because you're really here's the thing, Wonjin. The plot is really not that complicated. You're really watching it for the visual experience and the sound.
It's very classic, and I think sound is like half of the movie.
Yeah, it is. It is. And we definitely recommend watching it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, all these thrillers and these kind of horror genre, they always amplify your experience in the movie theaters. You shouldn't really watch this at home. You should always go to the theater when you lose control and you cannot escape this journey of horror and
So Wonjin, I think our subscribers are waiting to do a Let's Talk, especially Walker. Just one moment, please. So let's do a number grade, man.
I would give this movie, it an 8.
8. Yeah. A solid 8.
Yeah, it was a good movie. And I would watch it again.
Yeah, me too. For the visual, right?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there's some like symbolism and like metaphor I didn't really catch. Yeah. So I'm willing to watch it again.
Yeah, you know what I respect about this film? It's simplicity. Like, because the dialogue isn't even that flashy. It's all very basic. Yeah. And the plot goes on, and it's really about just the visual and Nosferatu. Just he because now that we mentioned that, he really is a plague. He's disgusting.
For kids, they would be traumatic. Don't expose anybody under 16 to a movie like this, especially when the children die, when they get their blood sucked out of the monster. And it was such a foreshadow. The kids keep asking, he's like, well, are there monsters in our bed? And blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
And when you hear those kids scream, you know that he's there.
Oh, Jesus. Look, I have to give a 9. No, but why did they have to cast such adorable kids?
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
They were, hey, that was some brilliant casting. I was like, oh man, please, nothing happened to you. Please, like, you can do anything you want to the other guys,
but not the kids.
No, please,
not the kids.
Yeah, I'll totally watch it after you. Yeah, Void, we highly recommend it. We highly recommend it. I have 2 for those Romanian actors that had a chance to finally get a few moments on the international screen. That's shout out to ZZ for let's do a shout out to Romania. Fuck yeah, baby. Fuck yeah. Coming to Dracula. Ottomans got nothing on us. Wallachia. Fuck. Is it Wallachia or Wallachia?
I think you call it Wallachia.
Yeah, Wallachia. Fuck yeah.
Tepesh.
Yeah, the dragon's there. My ancestors defended against
the dragon warrior.
So I'm going to give a 9.
Okay.
Just because of just the originality of it. This kind of film makes me always think about how the same story can always be told differently. That's the beauty of films. Yeah.
Especially with classic stories.
Yeah. So JoeJinMovieSoAwesome is going to give this an 8.5. Yo, Walker.
Oh, Wallachia. Okay.
Wallachia. Did you guys know Belle from Beauty and the Beast from Disney and the Beast is actually related Jane from Disney's Tarzan? Really? They're like actually blood relations?
Oh, maybe that's like a Disney universe thing. Yeah.
So, guys, JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives Nosferatu 2024 a 8.5. We're going to take literally a 2-minute break and come back. The title will be like our favorite vampire films. But, Walker, we can talk about all those things, and we're going to talk with y'all, all right? This has been JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm One Jin.
We'll see you guys in a bit. Bye,
we'll be right back.
Why is that marmot like sucking on my toes again, One Jin?
It's a vampire.
Is it? Oh man, no wonder it's all chubbylicious and stuff. Look at it, like there are dead squirrels around. Did that marmot do that?
Your blood tastes delicious.
How do you like my mustache? I can give you head, no problem. It accentuates